we are in Norwich, which is the second date of your tour, and you're touring alongside Hardcore Superstar and Crash Diet.
Exactly.
That's an amazing lineup for metal fans. How did that all come about?
Well, we've known each other with these bands for a couple of years, and some of them better even. And I've been personally a fan of both bands for a long, long time. I mean, I have all the Hardcore Superstar records. Of course, I have all the Crash Diet records as well. And I feel like I'm just I'm a fan who comes to see both those bands. But I mean, to pay my trip, I have to sing in the band which plays as the last one at some shows at least. So I feel it's cool. I mean, it's great. And I mean, even though this is just the beginning of the tour, we have really tight. We're really close to each other, and everything seems to totally understand each other, and we got a really great vibe at the moment going on. And I mean, this is the coolest rock tour I think in Europe for a long, long time.
Definitely.
I mean, no matter what, I mean, this is what's happening in the music. You know, the vibes are maybe from somewhere past, but the music is like rock and roll, and it's all about like good times, beautiful people, enjoying your life. And even though it's called Dark Decadence, it depends how do you want to enjoy your life. But I mean, I'm touring with two favorite bands of mine, and that's Dark Decadence daily for me.
I've heard that you got some, my friends who went to Manchester last night,
Yeah.
They said it was a fantastic show, so it seems everything's going well so far.
We're excited. Our last album, Back in Blood, came out like a year and a half ago, and we did a tour for that record also a year ago. So as we are touring here now, we expect that the people who come to see the 69 Eyes are like our fans, so they know our songs already, they know the new album, so we are not sort of like introducing ourselves to new audience. We concentrate on playing for our true hardcore fans, so we have included like a lot of like old school 69 Eyes songs to the set, and we're going to change the set at every show.
That's brilliant.
So there's going to be like everything from every album we've done actually.
Brilliant. So you're going to give the fans real variety each night.
Yeah. It's just like we just actually in these days of social media, I don't think you have to give too much power for that, and so too much. Maybe the artist shouldn't give too much power for fans and what they rant in the net. But I thought this time to ask from the fans what they want to hear, because most likely those who are like, for instance, who like our Facebook, most likely they come to see the shows. So I asked like what songs you guys want to hear, and everybody wrote their favorite songs there. So actually I printed out the list and gave out to our guitarist. So we picked up the songs like we haven't played and which would normally be on the set list. I mean, if somebody wished that could you play. Actually, I was walking down on the street today in Norwich, and there was this guy who was like thrilled to see me, and I came to shake my hand and said like, hey, I'm coming to see you guys. Are you gonna play Lost Boys? Well, yes, that's of course we play, for instance, that song. But I mean, people were asking about like some older stuff that we haven't done for years. So we're gonna play that stuff. Unfortunately, as it's a show for 3 bands, the playing time is not that long. Mm-hmm. So that's why we have to alter the set. So. We won't play the same set every night. So unfortunately, if somebody wished some song, it most likely probably won't be played. You never know, which song will be played, unfortunately. But I mean, we're doing our best, and we're enjoying it. It's great, and the fans are great, and it's great to meet you guys again.
It's nice to see that you're taking the fans' opinions, so when they come to you and say, can you help?
But like I said, I mean, it's great that people follow us, but I mean, on the other hand, the artist shouldn't follow too much and try to please everybody too much.
Of course. Now, we mentioned your latest album, Back in Blood.
Yeah.
Back in Blood, it sounds like you're returning to something. Is there a
Well, that was like about my fetish about vampires, this album. It's all about vampires, and like this vampire mania stroke like a couple of 2 or 3 years ago, but really heavily again, and it was just like a reflection of that, and every song seemed to be about vampires way or another, and it's a cool thing, and it's about that, but I mean in general, rock and roll is pretty vampiric anyways, at least the rock and roll that I always loved, so just suits for the picture, and it's always vampires, voodoo, witches, hot chicks, what else? That's about it, I guess. Have always been part of like the 69 Eyes mythology.
So what are your favorite kind of vampires then? Your 50s B movies, Hammer horror style, or more modern stuff like True Blood?
I actually think that I like the vampires in True Blood. Really. they are. There's some few sexy chicks there.
What about the track Dead and Gone? It's featured Benji Madden from Good Charlotte. How did he get involved?
Well, I mean, we've been friends with the guys from Good Charlotte for also like 4 years, and we've been partying with them in Hollywood or whenever they come to Helsinki. We're their host and we arrange the parties, and they are our boys or we are their boys, and we've just been talking about doing a tour together or something, whatever, together, and it just turned out to be that there was this high note that we needed a backup singer for the song Dead and Gone, and as we were recording the album in Hollywood, so we just like asked from Benji if he was available to come to sing backing vocals for it, and of course he came to hang out in the studio a couple of times, and and actually to tell you little other things, like actually when we were recording the previous album Angels, I was in Hollywood hanging out, and I played we have this song called Never Say Die, and I was actually practicing for the demo version the backing vocals with Benji in his car, he wanted to do the backing vocals back then already, but it didn't happen. We didn't have time and so on. And as now we were recording in Hollywood, so it was natural. It was about the time to get those guys on our album as well, and it was cool.
No, it's definitely cool that you got them on board.
I really like the new Good Charlotte album. It's really cool. That's my favorite album of theirs.
Cool. You said that you recorded this album in both Helsinki and Hollywood. What was the difference? Was there a place which was easier running-wise, or?
Well, actually, it was like completely done in Hollywood.
Oh, okay.
We did some demo, recorded some demo stuff in Helsinki, but then we transferred the whole production to Hollywood, and we recorded the whole album there. And the producer Matt Hyde, it was the reason why we did that. And, like, he's been producing Monster Magnet and Slayer before us, and now after us, he just produced the new Children of Bodom album.
Wow!
So I mean, that rocks as well. So
yeah,
he's one of the coolest rock producers at the moment in the world.
So when can we expect 69 Eyes 11th album?
Well, I mean, we are writing songs at the moment, and also I was just talking with Martin Sweet from Crash Diet that maybe we could write some songs right now on the tour together, because actually that's also nobody probably knows, but we thought to write songs with Martin Sweet from Crash Diet like earlier, and they actually wrote a couple of songs for us already, but they sounded too much like the 69 Eyes, so we didn't include them to our record. So maybe we should write some more, and we have already a lot of songs that are written, and if I have time, I'm going to. I have my computer with me, so I'm probably doing some demos on the road as well if I have time. If I'm not too excited to run around the streets like I did here at Norwich. So hopefully the album will be out like in a year, exactly in a year.
So
we are supposed to record it in the end of summer.
Excellent! Can't wait for it. So I guess the question right now is on everyone's lips. It's festival season coming up in Europe. I'm sure everyone's asking you, are you playing any festivals this year?
I have no idea. Hopefully we will, but I have no idea at the moment.
Okay. Well, I guess until then we'll have to
I mean, enjoy us right now.
Yes,
and
definitely.
we're going to enjoy you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your time.
Okay.
Hope you had a great show
Okay,
tonight.
bye-bye.